the Piri Reis map. Why is it unique? Why does it fascinate historians and geography experts? What unanswered questions does it hold for many decades already? Coming up in this video. Hi, I'm Fred Kimmel, and this is Exhausted to bring you stories that exceed the boundaries of conventional reason, especially if space, time, and non-human intellect is concerned. Little Jamie meets a group of Australian tourists holding maps and wandering around. Jamie's curious and tries to find out more about them, but understands very little. In fact, the only thing he learns about the Australians is that they are an ancient tribe called the Whakavi. Jamie runs home to tell his mother about what he had discovered. Mommy, I met the native Whakavi tribe," he shouts already at the door, and gives a quick report about the tourists. "How do you know who they are?" his mother asks. "Oh, that was easy. They told everybody they met. We're the Whakavi." To be able to read and follow a map, we need reference points. We have to be able to associate the physical world around us with the symbols on the map. The process of drawing a map is reversed. The creator first needs to know about the place of which the map is being drawn, measurements, directions, altitudes, depths, and so on. The explorer walks over the terrain, takes those measurements, and step by step adds the data together, or sees the landscape from a distance and recalls what he sees from there. For example, lunar maps are done that way. Or the creator of a new map simply copies data from older maps. But in that case, there is always somebody who drew the original map, and that person had to visit the actual location. The only other option is to draw a purely fictional map like the ones in fantasy novels. But then this does not correspond to the actual world at all, does it? In 1956, a Turkish naval officer came to the United States Navy Hydrographic Office and presented a map. A very old map, drawn on gazelle skin. The map had been discovered decades ago in 1929 by Gustav Deismann in the library of the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. The map had once belonged to Piri Ibn Haji Mehmed, a geographer, cartographer, and admiral of the Ottoman Empire. The man lived in the 16th century and drew many maps, putting the information together from dozens of available sources. In the Hydrographic Office, Captain Arlington H. Mallory, who was also an amateur archaeologist and had studied ancient maps for many years, started to examine the map that the Turkish naval officer had brought. After a long investigation, he finally concluded that among other continents, the map depicts Antarctica, named the coastline that is today known as Queen Maud's Land. Well, the first problem with the map dating back more than 400 years is that no one at that time hadn't been to the southernmost continent. Ever. Nobody shouldn't have even guessed that the continent existed. The thing is, von Bellinghausen and Lazarev on two sloops Vostok and Mirny discovered Antarctica only in 1820. That was centuries later. Until then, there were only rumors that a seventh continent might exist, or might not. No one knew for sure. But there is more. The map, the Piri Reis map, shows not the currently visible outlines of the ice banks von Bellinghausen and Lazarev saw, but the real boundaries of the continent hidden under the ice that we only now know. It is not so easy to get that information from under the cover of the ice. Only radar detection technology enables to penetrate thick layers of ice and see what is underneath. Admiral Piri, even if he had made a voyage to Antarctica, which he did not, could still not have had such technology, nor anywhere else during his lifetime or before. At least that is what our current knowledge of history lets us believe. And yet here we have a map proven to be drawn in the 16th century, depicting that part of the world which should have been totally unknown at the time. Antarctica, of course, was one size free, but that was some 20 million years ago. The problem with this far back is that, first of all, there were no humans on the planet to draw a map, and no copy of it could have preserved for such an enormously long period of time. So the question remains, who drew the original Piri Reis map? Because obviously, if Admiral Piri made good work in acquiring different maps and putting the data from them together, there should have been a map that depicted the outline in the first place. The map that he got his hands on could have been an ancient copy of a copy that was a copy of a copy, and so on. All of them may be destroyed long ago, but they once should have been there. However long is the list of the chain of copies, it started with the original. So who drew that original map? And how did he manage to do that, long before humans had the technology? Now, what if, as ancient alien tourists believe, it was done from a spacecraft? Long ago, many thousands of years back, those who came from other stars charted this planet. Somehow those maps have been preserved, or parts of them anyway. Maybe Atlantis possessed the map, and from there they were taken to the ancient Sumer or Egypt or Greece. It was secretly copied and preserved in royal archives until Admiral Piri had a chance to make his copy. Did the map maker also use some kind of radar technology? Most likely. Unless, of course, the map is some 20 million years old or the maker possessed a time machine. At any case, this map is yet another proof that our past has been quite different from what we are taught at school. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, you might want to subscribe to this channel. Bye.